Hi everyone, my name is Jessica. I am the author of the My Knitting Life blog. I thought I would try doing something new today and put up a video post instead of a written post. I meant to do it while it was still daylight out, but I moved the lamp over there so the lighting's a little funky, but we'll see how it goes. As many of you know, earlier this week I found out that my cat had peed in my yarn stash. She's still in the proverbial doghouse. And until I have a way to store my stash that doesn't involve the floor, um, I'm going to be keeping an eye on her. Because she has come sniffing around to see what's going on. So I have the stash. Let's see if I can show it to you. The stash that was saved, and that too, that stuff over there. And then this stuff is the stuff that I have already washed and have managed to save. And then the stuff over here, this stuff, all of that, has not yet been washed and still needs to be. And the stuff in the doorway right there that's hanging, you can actually maybe hear the drips in the background. That is the stuff I have washed today, and hopefully it will dry overnight. We'll see how it goes. This has been quite the production of the last few days. I've been really trying to get everything clean, save as much as I can. There were a few skeins, a few small balls of yarn I had to throw out. A lot of the stuff that's in the saved stash wasn't even here when she was peeing on all the stuff, so it kind of doesn't really count. But I'm glad that, some of it just wasn't touched. But I developed a whole process of rinsing the yarn twice in just plain water, minimum, twice minimum. If it needed more, I rinsed as many times as it needed, though some of them, like the yarns that were actually orange, have a tendency to bleed a lot, so I can't tell what's what. But, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. But so rinse them a minimum of 2 times, usually more. Then I do a wash with wool wash, and I do a very thorough wash with the wool wash, and then I do a rinse to rinse out the wool wash. And then after I've squeezed out as much of the water as possible, I then take a spray bottle and spray a commercial like enzyme that you can buy at the pet store to deal with pet urine. And so that's what I'm using. That's my process to attempt to save all of this yarn. If you're wondering what's behind me over here, that is my boyfriend's Gundam. See, Gundams? Gundams. I'm not good at doing this with the camera yet. Gundams. He's got Lego ships up here. He's got more Legos down here. And he's got more Gundams behind my head there. That stuff over there, that white stuff, was the shelving we were going to put up on that wall. But there's kind of concrete in the way, we can't do it. So now we're trying to figure out a way to store my stash. Hi, Kevin. I'm recording.
Love you.
Love you lots. That was my boyfriend. And so we're figuring out what to do. We're going to put the shelves somewhere. We're not going to get rid of them because, they're actually pretty good shelves. But we can't put them on the wall we were going to use for my yarn storage. And I was going to put the yarn in bins on the shelves. Because apparently the wall between our unit and the unit next door is cinder block or concrete of some kind. Because when we drilled holes, we hit concrete and we couldn't drill into the concrete. So we can't hang shelves on that wall. You can hang like posters, like those would work, but you can't hang anything much heavier than that. So, but I promised you guys a sock update on my January socks. I got the idea for them. I believe I've mentioned it before from Kate at the Stitch Addiction podcast. I really like hers. And Amanda at the Knot a podcast, and Knot is spelled Knot. So there you go. And they got it, I believe, from someone else, but I got it from them, from the two of them, and they know each other. So I watch both their podcasts and they reference each other, and it's really quite funny. But so this is sock 1. Here, I'll hold it up for you to see. This is the yarn I picked at random out of the bags that I drew, the bags that I put together. It is opal yarn. The label is entirely in German, so I can't read it, But the color name, see, there's the label. Focus. Focus. You gonna focus? Nope, we're not gonna focus. Okay, I tried. um, but apparently the color name, which is Schmetterling, I have no idea if I said that right, translates to butterfly. So I have called these socks Monarch Butterfly because they remind me of a monarch butterfly. I have about a ½ inch until I'm going to do the heel. I'm going to do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is the normal heel I do for my vanilla socks. Go buy it. It's the best buck you'll ever spend on a pattern for a heel. If you know how many stitches fit your foot, you can ignore the first 8 pages of the Fish Lips Kiss heel pattern because it's an 18-page pattern and you don't get to actually what to do for the heel until page 9. So if you know how many stitches around you need for your foot and what needle size and what gauge, and you know all of this stuff because you've been knitting socks long enough, you can ignore the first 8 pages and go straight to page 9, I believe it's page 9, and go right from there. So these are my socks. I don't have anything else within easy grasp because I've kind of moved everything, trying to, clean and clean up. And I sprayed the carpet in here too, like 3 times today with the enzyme stuff because I didn't want the smell. I didn't want the smell getting into the carpet. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see what else. Not much else. I'm gonna try to do one of these video posts once in a while. I'm not planning on it being a regular podcast, though we'll see if people like it. Then I'll probably do something more often, but if people are just kind of mad at it, then I'll probably do it once in a while. I did go get a nice webcam so that I looked all pretty because the one built into my computer is very grainy. It doesn't have a lot of resolution. It's not very good quality. It's only got a couple of megapixels, so everything ends up all grainy and it just doesn't look good. So I got one. It wasn't that expensive actually. I got a nice Logitech, and that's what I'm going to be using. So I think at almost 8 minutes, this video is long enough for now. I'm normally not. I can normally be very verbose in my word posts and my written posts, but I'm not used to doing this video thing, and this is a complete trial. And ooh, my screen background changed and my lighting went really bad. Let's turn that screen down. There we go. That's better. Now I don't have like white over here. So yeah, I think I'm going to call that it for today. Hopefully next time it'll be daylight and I'll have light coming from that window and I won't look like a ghost. So see you next time.